Hi, welcome back to Guessagaingaming. So today we're back in Watch Dogs Legion in London. We're actually in Covent Garden, which is quite a famous area in London, and in pretty much the centre of London. And today's video is just a small video about something I've seen so often, because to make the videos for this channel I often go through tons and tons of stuff on YouTube to pick out things that I think are interesting, and also I try to watch as many things about each subject as I can so I don't get a biased view or just one kind of take on it. And one thing that I find all the time is there's so many developers and influencers that are woke related that are basically attacking gamers left, right and centre. It seems as soon as a game comes out that's terrible or awful or woke, and those things kind of go hand in hand, if it doesn't sell well, the developer, publisher, other woke influencers will attack gamers for being racist, bigots, male chauvinists, whatever, not supporting the message. So it's actually kind of insulting and annoying, because I don't think there's any other field in the world of anything, whether it's media or other forms of entertainment or just anything, where it would be so okay to attack the consumers. Can you imagine making cornflakes or televisions or cars or anything, and you could just attack the people that didn't like your car or didn't like your cornflakes, or didn't like your new TV because they were racist, sexist, whatever, or because they just didn't want to buy it because they preferred a different TV or a different type of cornflakes, because it's your choice. So it's actually kind of insulting. It's insulting that you get called these kind of serious allegations, you know, like racist and sexist and all these things, just because you don't want to buy woke games. And another thing I'd say very strongly in defence of gamers particularly, because this happens in other media, it happens when people criticise the wokey Star Wars thing, for example, or Disney. But in gaming, games are very expensive. If you watch anything on media, whether it's movies or whether it's TV series, the likelihood is you watch it streaming. So it doesn't cost you anything because it's just part of your streaming. I know you pay for the package, but you're paying anyway. Or even if you do go to the theatre to watch a movie, or you buy a DVD or a Blu-ray, it's not going to be as expensive as a game. Games cost a lot of money, and especially AAA games. So you're asking people to buy rubbish, wokey, feminist, stupid, ugly graphics games, and if they don't spend their hard-earned money, and that's more money than some people can spend on a game in a month or even in 6 months, then you're saying that they're racist or sexist, and it's incredibly insulting. It's actually insulting that people make these awful games and want to charge that much money. And I've said, you know, we're not talking about a few pounds, and you know, plenty of people, for the fact they've got low-paying jobs, they've got kids, they've got debts, they've got rent to pay, they can't afford those kind of things, or they're teenagers and they can't afford it, whatever. So it's not as if everyone can afford new AAA games in the first place. I can't, to be honest. That's why I don't buy them. And plus I'd like to see how they pan out after they're buggy nowadays, which is a whole other subject. But yeah, it's really, really bad that it's okay to attack gamers basically as soon as they don't like something, because they're racist, sexist, etc. And like I said, if you attacked anyone else, women, black people, woke activists, anybody else, in a little slight way, they would be up in arms. How do you say this? If you attacked women or black people or anything, you'd be racist as well, because you wouldn't be able to say anything against them. But it's okay to attack gamers, because it is. And it's very, very bad. It's something I see all the time. I don't think there's ever a time I go onto YouTube now, and I don't see that someone's attacked gamers because they didn't like the look of the new Dragon Age game, or they didn't like Concord, or they didn't like Dustborn, or they didn't like something. And yeah, like I said, it's just something I wanted to say in the video. I think it's a very bad state of affairs where it's become okay to make rubbish that you know is kind of rubbish, that you've already seen enough rubbish being made, and yet and you alter games to make characters ugly on purpose to make it worse, and you know that. But then you still criticise gamers for not buying it and not liking it. I think that's absolutely ridiculous and insulting. And it does a lot of damage, because all these companies, not Sweet Baby, hopefully they've gone, but all these companies, the big gaming companies, will have to continue to deal with consumers long after this. So it's an unpleasant taste it's left in everybody's mouth, and it's not something that gamers are going to suddenly get over, because I think it's caused a big division in how gamers are treated and how they think they're going to be treated in future. Anyway, thanks for watching Guessagaingaming. Till next time, take care for now.